Some of you guys have asked me to do a part two on Blue Ivy and her parents. You've asked me to see how Blue Ivy and Beyonce get along. So I'm going to do a tarot reading to see that, and we're going to look into that, okay? Now, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out this disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. So now that I got that disclaimer out the way, I'm going to shuffle these cards and we're going to look into how Beyonce and Blue Ivy's relationship is. Spirit, can you tell me how Blue Ivy and Beyonce's relationship is? How is Beyonce and Blue Ivy's relationship? Spirit, can you please let me know? What is Blue Ivy and Beyonce's relationship like? How does Beyonce treat her daughter? Spirit, can you please give me some insight on how Beyonce treats her daughter Blue Ivy? Alright, we almost there. Alright, here we go. So of course, like I said, I asked Spirit to give us some insight on how Beyonce treats Blue Ivy. Like, what is the nature of their relationship? I mean, you know what the nature of their relationship is. How does Beyonce relate to her daughter Blue Ivy? And so I'm gonna pull some cards now, and we're gonna see. Okay, so there's trouble. There's a lot of trouble and conflict in their relationship. I see that right now from the Six of Swords reversed. I'm gonna pull some more cards though. Okay. Blue Ivy needs therapy from Blue Ivy wants to walk away. Okay, so like I said, I got the Six of Swords that came up in reverse. You got the Four of Swords that came up upright, and you got the Eight of Cups card, which means, like I said, there's a lot of trouble that's between Blue Ivy and her mother. I think Blue Ivy feels like sometimes her mother could be quarrelsome and a troublemaker and stir up trouble and make trouble for her. She wished that she could take a break from her mother somewhere, or, you know what I mean, go somewhere away from her mother. A lot of times Blue Ivy wanted to run away from home. All of that is for entertainment purposes. Just what I'm saying in the card so far. I feel like from what the King of Pentacles reverse is saying is that Beyonce always it's always about business with Beyonce. Beyonce always want Blue Ivy to basically get in front of the camera and stuff where it benefits Beyonce, allegedly for entertainment purposes. It's like it's always a front in front of the camera. It's always lying in front of the camera. It's always about business and being overworked. It's not, and she wished that she could have like love from her mother that other kids have. Like she feels like she's a child, but her mother doesn't treat her like a child. Her mother doesn't act like a mother to her. I think she feels like she had to grow up quick being in this industry. All in that for entertainment purposes. Somebody's saying something. 1 second. What is this Miss Cleo crap? How you doing, sweetheart? But you're on my channel. Love you. Anyways, so what I'm seeing in the cards, like I said, I think Blue Ivy feels like her mother tries to make her grow up too fast. She doesn't let her be a child. Her mother is not the most nurturing or the most caring in the world to her. Let me see what else. Yeah, I don't think that she feels like Beyonce acts like a mother. You know what I mean? But Beyonce wants to pretend like she acts like a mother, and she wants Blue Ivy to cooperate with her. She wishes Beyonce was more nurtured to her, more motherly. I mean, I don't know other way to say it. I don't want it to sound boring, but I'm trying to say it as best as I can. So let me see. She wants her to cooperate with her, make it seem like they have this big, happy, stable family at home, like they're all working together, like they're the Carters, they're the Carter dynasty. But behind the scenes, Blue Ivy has a lot of anxiety and fear about not giving her parents what they want, because she knows that it could lead to like arguments with her parents and conflict. All alleged for entertainment purposes. This is Beyonce. We're talking about Blue Ivy's relationship with Beyonce from what my cards are saying. I feel like Beyonce, I mean, excuse me, not Beyonce, I'm sorry, Blue Ivy feels like her parents always, especially her mother always infringes on her creativity. Like she's not allowed to be creative and do things her own way. It's more of a thing of do things the way we want you to do it how we say. You know what I mean? It's overbearingness, you know what I mean? Her mother manipulates her into getting what she wants, and this causes a lot of emotional turmoil for Blue Ivy. All of that's for entertainment purposes, because Blue Ivy feels like, you know what I mean? Why can't I ever, if I have to have a career in show business, why can't I ever do my own thing? Why can't I ever do the things I like? Why does it always got, every detail of it got to be scrutinized and managed, allegedly? From what my gut is saying and from what the cards are saying. Like I said, you got the King of Swords right here. I feel like there's parties that's had where unfavorable men are at these parties, and Blue Ivy has to be around these unfavorable men because it works wonders for her career. Please use your imagination. You know, I'm not going to go too much more into detail about that, but you guys get what I'm hitting at. Let me see. She's supposed to always go in harmony with what they want and stuff like that, especially her parents or even with these men, these high powerful men that be at these parties. That's not the best of characters, allegedly for entertainment purposes, of course. So you got the King of Wands right here. I feel like Blue Ivy feels like Beyonce doesn't always treat her right, and I'm still getting that King of Wands reversed energy where I feel like Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Even though I asked the question was about Beyonce, but I feel like I'm still getting that King of Wands energy, which is Jay-Z, which I feel like Blue Ivy feels like her father controls too much of stuff that he's got to control, and he's not the best, you know what I mean, leader of the family, and her mother just lets that happen. All alleged for entertainment purposes, of course. You got the Nine of Cups reversed. You got the Nine of Swords. You got the Seven of Wands reversed, and you got the Page of Swords, and you got the Ten of Cups. Now, what I'm getting from this is, like I said, Jay-Z is like always, he's like a negative personality. He has a bad temper. He can be prone to, his beatings can be a little, get a little violent. You know what I mean? Like he's spanked quite a little bit severely at times. You got the King of Cups reversed right here, which I feel like she feels like her mother badmouths her when she doesn't do what she wants. I get maybe she just says some very horrible, hurtful things to Blue Ivy, and this leads Blue Ivy to a lot of like emotional upset. You know what I mean? A lot of like sadness. It lowers her self-esteem, make her feel worthless, and then feel like Beyonce always tells her how other kids could do it better. Other kids are better. This, that, and the third. You got the Page of Swords. You know what I mean? Maybe we should have had a boy. I don't know. This is what I'm getting. Maybe we should have had a boy, or maybe we should have had maybe we should have another child or whatever. Maybe our family would be happier that way. All alleged for entertainment purposes, of course. This is just what I'm seeing and feeling from the cards. You know what I mean? I wonder if Blue Ivy has ever tried to harm herself because her mother has made her feel real worthless and stuff. I don't know. I think I'm seeing something like that, a crisis situation, self-inflicted injury. You know what I mean? Allegedly for entertainment purposes. I hope my cards are wrong. I actually hope that has not happened. You know what I mean? The Blue Ivy. But this is what I'm seeing in the cards so far, all allegedly, and what my gut is saying. Because her mother abuses a lot of her authority and power. Her mother is very critical of her, very judgmental of her, analyzes her down to the very detail. Like everything always has to be to perfection with Blue. You know what I mean? She can't just be a child. And I feel like you got the Five of Cups reversed. This haunts her a lot. Her mother is like a dark shadow over her. She feels like she can't win ever. Like every time she somewhat feels good about something or herself, it's like her mother's comments knocks her back down off her high horse. Like, well, not her high horse, but you get what I'm saying. It knocks her back down to like, man, it's like her mother's overly critical. She feels like she can't do anything right. Let me see. I think Blue Ivy dreams of the day when she get away from you know what I mean? Because she feels like there's so much emotional. It's a lot of emotional abuse. I feel like you know what I mean? Just telling her how she's not worth anything. I mean, I don't know if they use those words, but this is what my gut is saying, all allegedly. You know what I mean? I think Blue Ivy, you know, she has this thing. She does see her mom as this powerful, wealthy woman. You know what I mean? And I think she does want to please her mom, but she feels like it's hopeless sometimes. Like her mother's at a status that she can't reach. You know what I mean? And her mother kind of makes her feel less than because of that. I don't know if Beyonce intentionally does it, but this is her. Are we going off of Blue Ivy's feelings? Allegedly for entertainment purposes, of course. Um, yeah, she's made to feel like she's an imbecile, like she's not as good as her mother's, like she doesn't, she didn't inherit her mother's, you know, entertainment talent. Her and her mother, I don't think they get along a lot. I think this causes a lot of arguments and stuff like that, and upset between her and her mother. Yeah, they don't get along. They kind of clash a lot, and Blue Ivy feels like her mother's very unfair to her sometimes. She wishes she could just be away from her. She feels like she stunts her development. She doesn't. That her mother is. It's all about what her mother wants. Her mother's so selfish and self-centered, and it's always about Beyonce. You know, allegedly for entertainment purposes. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the video so far. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're talking about Blue Ivy's relationship with Beyonce. You know what I mean? What goes on between her and her daughter behind closed doors. Like when the cameras aren't rolling. You know what I mean? Like I said, so far, I'm seeing in the cards that it's really a lot of emotional baggage that Beyonce put on her daughter. She wants her daughter to be perfect, to look perfect in the public's eye. She puts too much weight on her shoulders. I feel like so. I feel like Blue Ivy tries her best to please Beyonce, but she never sees the stuff that she tries to do. It's like Beyonce's apathetic and oblivious to what Blue Ivy tries to do for her. Like like she just wants more and more and more from Blue Ivy. It's never enough. No matter. I'm trying to figure out like where. So you got the child card right here, but this is the two of wands reversed. Blue Ivy has such a low self-esteem, you know what I mean, as a child because of this. Every time she gets enthusiasm and thinks that she's going to do good with something, Beyonce says something very, or does something very mean-spirited that, you know what I mean, crushes Blue Ivy. She wonders if it's like it's always. I get the feeling of a lot of verbal aggression Beyonce has towards her, or it makes her, makes her feel like crap. You know what I mean? It's just she's punished for the smallest and craziest of things. I get the feeling that yeah, Beyonce is a toxic mother towards her. I think Blue Ivy has to result on like imagination sometimes in order to escape just what I mean, what it feels like to have to go through that with their mother. It's like Beyonce always has to dominate her. It's always like I said, Beyonce's way. Beyonce. Blue Ivy basically lives in Beyonce's shadow, all alleged for entertainment purposes. And I don't think Blue Ivy is very happy with that, and that's what causes the problem in their relationship. Let me see here. So pulling out more cards. Right. Blue Ivy, excuse me, not Blue Ivy. Beyonce is kind of full of herself sometimes, so Beyonce doesn't realize like the kind of upset that she inflicts on her daughter at times. You know what I mean? Blue Ivy, I think, is a friendly child probably. So you got the Emperor card that's next. That's next to know. Like I said, she's a toxic mother. She cares about materialism. It's always about business with Beyonce. You know what I mean? She doesn't want Blue Ivy to do anything that could mess up them getting that money or mess up their image. All of that's for entertainment purposes. Somebody's saying something. 1 second. Is she even the mother? I mean, I've done a video on that before. I've done a live on that before. You're welcome to go check it out. I'm not going to give it away in this live, but I did a read on that before. You're welcome to look into it. Okay, sweetheart. Let me see. They're wealthy. You know what I mean? So they gotta behave a certain way. They gotta put on a certain face in front of the public. You know, okay, this is the last bit of cards, and I'm going to explain it. Okay, so they're wealthy, and they, you know what I mean? The public must be blind to what really goes on behind closed doors. So what if you feel unfulfilled? I'm still seeing that N-word card. and that dishonorable, despicable man that's a hypocrite. There's a lot of hypocrisy anyway with Beyonce and Jay-Z. No matter what, you got to put on the front for the public. Blue Ivy has to always be on guard about letting on to the public any kind of imperfection, you know what I mean, in her. Even though she's only 12 years old, she's not allowed to be the average 12-year-old. And this can be overbearing, and sometimes she can't deal with this, because it's too hard, for a child to have to put up with this. You know what I mean? And Blue Ivy is a very sensitive, gentle soul. So this weighs in heavily on her. All alleged for entertainment purposes. So to answer everybody's question, Beyonce and Blue Ivy isn't close. You know what I mean? The way they try to act, like how Beyonce tries to act like she's a loving mother when the cameras are rolling. My cards and my intuition is saying Beyonce is not that loving of a mother behind closed doors. She's actually a pretty critical, pretty cold mother. You know what I mean? It's all about image. It's all about, not disgracing the family. It's all about making, her look good. And it's about having to live up to her image because you're Beyonce's daughter. You know what I mean? Like I said, allegedly, what I'm feeling. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys believe that this might be true about how Blue Ivy and Beyonce's relationship is? Thank you for tuning in, my beautiful soul family. You guys have a good one. I wish you all peace and love. Bye-bye, my babies.